So in this chapter, what I want to cover is configuration overrides. Let me start up a game and show you. So at the bottom left, you're going to see it pop up in yellow letters. There it is, configuration override loaded. In some instances, when you want to make your own changes and adjustments, but it's just not saving, or you don't like how it's set up, you want to wipe those out. So let's go back to the computer and I'll show you how to just clean that all out. Alright, so on our computer, we're going to go to network, we're going to go to RetroPie, configs, all, RetroArch, should be right here in configs, config. Then if you go right here to Pico Drive, you got individual settings for games, and then you have one per system. So actually what I recommend doing is just wiping out this entire folder. Also, this folder right here, before I do this, remaps. If you ever do a custom setting within RetroArch for an individual game or system and you screw things up and you want to reset that, this is another place to check to reset your controller options in remaps. So let's just wipe everything out right here. And we're going to switch back to our Pi, and we're going to demonstrate that loading notification is now gone. So as we can see, it only shows the controller that's hooked up. Alright, so in this chapter we're going to cover swapping out the splash screen to the new one. Now YB was courteous enough to send that to me directly. It's right here, Sega RetroPie. This is his new load up screen. So what we want to do is we want to just right click on it, hit copy. Let's go back to our file explorer. Go to network, RetroPie, and then here's a shared folder right here, Splashscreens. You can just simply paste it over the network, and there it is. So at this point, we're going to switch back over to our RetroPie, and we're going to go to the RetroPie configuration screen. So here's our RetroPie configuration. Just hit the up arrow, and that'll take it to the bottom. It says right here, splash screens. Let's acknowledge that. Choose splash screen. Right here, option 2, own extra splash screens. These are your own. Click on that. Here's the new one at the bottom, Sega RetroPie. Go ahead and acknowledge that. So now it's set to that one. There's various options here that you can mess with. If you want to enable all of them and randomize it, it's all up to you. So at this point, hit cancel. Now if you want to verify it, just hit the start button. Go right here to quit. Hit restart system. And there it is. That is our new version 2 startup video. And we're back. Alright, so in this chapter I want to cover the bezels. That's the one big difference between what we're doing in version 2. So he was also courteous enough to send me the bezels pack right here, bezels.zip. All you got to do is extract it. Here it is on my desktop. If I open that, right here there is a folder called borders. What we do, we just open that, and here's all of our bezels or borders right here. What I'm just going to do is I'm going to hit a Control A to select everything, and I'm going to hit copy. Let's maximize this. Let's go right here to network, RetroPie, configs, all, RetroArch, and it should be in this folder right here, overlay. So we already have some bezels already in here. Simply what we do, we just paste all those bezels into here. Now you don't have to copy everything over. You can honestly just copy the Sega ones, because this is a Sega only. Let's see, replace. Yeah, just go ahead and replace. So what I'm gonna do, because I don't think I really need these, like I don't need Atari, so let me just highlight these. Let me just clear some of these out. Just delete that. Let's get rid of this. Capcom Classics, get rid of that. Okay, so just to make things simple, I kept everything that has Sega on the front and I deleted everything else. Now let's go ahead and switch back to our Raspberry Pi. So from here we go to our RetroPie configuration. We go to configuration editor. It says right here, configure basically retro options or advanced. Let's just go to basic. Let's go down. Let's start with our first system. Let's go to Mega Drive. Hit OK. It says right here, overlay enable. Click on that, hit true. Overlay file. We have right here Sega Mega Drive.cfg. Hit that. Aspect ratio, let's manually set that to a 4:3. And then let's hit cancel to go back. Cancel to go back. Go back. Let's go back. And then let's go to the Mega Drive. Let's load up a game. Alright, so here's our Sonic the Hedgehog. It looks to be fitting just fine with our bezel. Alright, so let's hit start and select to exit. So it's pretty much a rinse and repeat from here on out for every system on our list. So let's see right here, 32X. So let's go to configuration editor, configure basic, click all the way down, Sega 32X, aspect ratio 4:3, overlay enable, true. And once again, if the aspect ratio doesn't come out correctly for a particular system, because I don't know what the Game Gear is because I haven't gone in there, you can always change that to whatever's correct. Overlay enable, make sure you hit true. Overlay file. Let's find our 32X. Here it is at the top. And there's an alternative version right here. You could always go with that, but let's go with that one. Then hit cancel to back out. 32X. Let's load up WrestleMania. Alright, so everything's looking great for WrestleMania. Alright, so the next thing I want to cover is he sent me over some ROMs, some replacement ROMs. So I'm going to extract it to this folder right here. Sega Missing Arcade, that's what he named it. Open that folder, Sega Missing Arcade. He's got 3 ROMs right here. So all we simply need to do is just copy these files right here, copy. Go to our network. RetroPie, go to ROMs. Go right here to MAME libretro. And then paste it in there. The other thing we need to do is go right here to says sample. Just copy these. Go back to network. RetroPie. Go right here to BIOS. Go right here to MAME 2003. Samples. Go ahead and paste it. And those are the missing samples. Alright, so the final chapter. I'm going to attempt to kill 2 birds with 1 stone. I'm going to touch on the topic of themes, extracting themes from an image, and also our ES_systems.cfg, because the two in my opinion, are tied together. So on this image, let's go right here to Network, RetroPie, Configs, All, Emulation Station, this folder right here, Themes. Now by default, there is no folder here called Themes. You have to create this manually. You just hit the New Folder button right there, and then you manually type in Themes. And then from there, you can actually copy and paste your own custom theme. So he has this theme right here, Genesis theme 1080p. So you can actually just copy this and save it to your desktop, and then from there you can drag and drop it to another image. So let's say I was to turn this off, swap out SD cards, I would do the same thing, RetroPie, Configs, All, Emulation Station, Themes, and just paste it, and then you're gonna have your custom theme in there. You can also make manipulations to this. So for example, the section with the Mega Drive, if you don't like the artwork, so let's open logo. So you see that artwork right there? You can swap that out, but I don't recommend doing that. Here's another alternative. If we go back, let's go here to Genesis. So there is artwork here for Genesis. So there is that right there. So what we can do is manipulate our es_systems.cfg file to just read this file without having to copy and paste and get this all screwed up. Hopefully that makes sense. So the question is, how do we fetch the es_systems.cfg? Because if we go here to RetroPie Configs All Emulation Station, it's not here. So this is where it gets a little tricky. This is why I saved it to the very end. There is a program called WinSCP. If you're on a Mac, I believe you're probably going to have to use FileZilla. So let me launch WinSCP. I got it installed already right here. Host name. You got two options. You can either hit RetroPie, or you can manually type in the IP address. I'll do the IP address just to be on the safe side. 192.168.1.15. Tab. Username should be Pi. Password Raspberry. So now we are in there. So what we need to do is navigate root, and then we need to go to etc emulation station. Here it is right here, es_systems. Right click on it, hit download. I'm gonna download this to my desktop. Hit OK. Hit OK. And once again, if you want to extract a theme, so here's the themes folder. Here's the PlayStation theme that's installed on here. You can do the same thing. Hit download. It's already set up for desktop, and just hit OK. And it's going to download it in the background. You can even download the Carbon theme. So from there, once we extracted that file, we can just close this out. So now on our desktop, we have the es_systems.cfg. We can just open that up with Notepad. I prefer to use a program called GetDiz. So here is our file right here. Now at this point, we can reorder everything from start to finish. So basically how it works, whatever's at the top is going to display first. So what I want to do is I want to actually get RetroPie configuration and put that towards the end. So I'm going to do just go to the bottom, because it should be in alphabetical order. Here's the system right here. Here's the opening tag. Here's the closing tag. So we're going to just grab this. Hit cut. Go down all the way to the bottom. Right before system list, just paste it. So now this system right here, SG1000, it's at the bottom. I actually want to put this higher. So let's cut that. I want to put it right before Sega Master System. Alright, so here is our Master System. So let's put a gap right here. Paste. What I also want to do, right here where it says Mega Drive, where it says theme, all I got to do is type in Genesis. And that's going to swap out the theme. So let's hit save, close this out, and then copy this to our RetroPie configs all emulation station. Paste it right there, es_systems.cfg. Then at this point, all we got to do, I'm going to switch over to my Pi. At this point, we just got to hit the start button, go down to quit, hit restart emulation station. Let's see if our changes took effect. So we got Game Gear. Let's hit the up arrow. This is going backwards. Boom, there's our RetroPie configuration. So Game Gear, MAME, SG1000, Sega Master System. There's our Sega Genesis, 32X, Sega CD, and then at the very end, our configuration. Whew. Alright guys, so that about wraps it up. I'm gonna get these files, and I think I'm going to maybe just put it for my Dropbox, because I got these files from YB through Google Drive. Here's the thing, I don't know how long he's gonna keep those up there, so just to make sure that they stay up and online, I will put them on the Dropbox. I hope I've covered everything. I'm going to do my best to put appropriate links and all that, give credit to where it's due. And by the way, just some housekeeping. If there's ever been a video that I've done in the past and maybe you created that or had some part of it and I did not properly credit you, let me know and I will make sure to give you the proper shout outs or link to your videos. I'm totally okay with that. And just to recap once again, this is for if you want to make the changes yourself, okay? So if you've just watched this entire video and you're pulling your hair out saying, oh my god, this is so hard, I can't do this, you know what, then this isn't for you. Just go download version 2. I hope you got fast internet, because 32 gigabytes does take quite some time. And if it's still too hard, you know, if you still can't do something like that, then you know what, this isn't the channel for you. I have people saying, hey man, you need to do things to increase your audience. I don't care. If you can't do things yourself, this isn't the channel for you. This is what I want to promote. I want to promote people doing things their damn selves. Or else what's going to happen is whenever one of these companies comes out with one of these classic consoles or whatever, and let's say there's an artificial shortage or what they call artificial scarcity, you're going to find yourself in a situation where you're paying premium price for something that you can just do yourself for free. I'm trying to help put money back in your pocket so that way you can take that money and put it towards more important things, for example, for your own health or for taking care of your family. Alright? I'm Level1online, and I hope you guys have a great holiday. I hope to make sure I get another video before the holidays. If I don't, you guys have a good one. I will definitely at least try and stream something for you guys soon. Make sure you hit that bell notification icon. It's getting hard out there to get my videos to you guys. There's a lot of competition, and I know you guys like to throw a lot of support to other channels, and what can happen is your news feed gets cluttered. I can get lost in the mix. So if you want to stay up to date, you know, hit that bell notification icon. I promise from here on out, you know, I'm going to try and put up solid videos, no facetious short stuff, you know. And if I do, I apologize, you know, or maybe I'll start a second channel. We'll see. I don't know.